Hey, Leslie with Bulletproof Your Body here with the banded exercises that we discussed at the Pickleball Summit. So let's start pretty chill. We'll start seated and then I'll get into some of the standing exercises. I'm going to use a light to medium band to demo and we will discuss form as we go along. Here we go. Let's start with that seated tap out. Find a platform to sit on that puts your hip and knee parallel to the ground. I'm on a 16-inch platform here. Pull your belly button in, really good posture, throw your shoulders down your back, and we want to move from the hip all the way to the foot together. We don't want to move the foot and have the knee not go with us because that's not using your glutes. So we want to, tap out with that knee and ankle in line with each other. Let's do a seated leg extension. Pull your stable leg back into you and then kick one foot out high. You want to keep the knee real high here. This is me showing you that I didn't pick up that foot first. So pick up the foot, have the knee be really high, and then try to extend that leg all the way out. Seated hip marches. This is not easy, but it's really great for core and hip flexor strength. If we sit all day, our hip flexors are generally pretty weak. Before we get into the standing exercises, let's talk about something very important, and that's how to activate your glutes. Stand up tall and push your knees out just slightly. Keep contact with your big toe on the ground. We don't want to just be going to the outside of our feet. We need to actually be able to push the knees out, and you should feel that fire up the big engine in your body, which is your glutes. Which are your glutes? Which is your glutes? Either way. If you can't figure that out, the chances of you doing a standing tap out or a squat with the proper muscles engaged is slim. So work on this first. Work those knees out just a little bit. Just work on pushing them out and get these babies activated. Okay, back to work. Here we are, standing tap outs. You see me pushing those knees out, pull the shoulders down, pull the belly button in. I'm ready to go. So we're gonna keep all of our weight centered over the stable leg. The leg that's moving moves without us floating our weight to that side. So we go laterally, then we can go forward and back. And this is me showing you from the side that my body doesn't move. I'm not floating forward and backwards, even though I'm moving in that direction. It's just the leg, which isolates the glute. We can play with tempo here. So at first I did slow, big movements. Now you can go as quick as you can and really get your engine firing. You can get ready for play in a very good way there. Let's do a hip extension together. So band is in that mid-shin position. I recommend holding on to something here, but keeping your chest really high. So your upper body is very stable. You're gonna tuck your pelvis underneath you a bit, pull your belly button in, and then you can play with angles. You can go straight back, or you can work at about a 45-degree angle. Just keep your heel out. That activates your glutes. Now we can do some standing hip marches, which is great for hip flexor strength, and also anterior tibialis, which is the muscle in front of your shin. And this really helps keep your ankle healthy. Wouldn't have thought about that necessarily, but this move is good for a lot of things. But when you sit all day, these hip flexors tend to get weak, so that's what we are strengthening there. Now we're gonna do a squat together. This could be a heavier band. We're gonna put it right over the knees, and again, we're pushing the knees out, but keeping the big toe contacted to the ground. Don't go to the outside edge of your feet. Don't let your knees come in. Keep those knees out. That activates your glutes. And then you work with a full squat
range of motion here. I'm going to show you from the side. The depth is hips and knees are parallel to the ground ideally. The hips can sink below that. Okay. Oh, I didn't know there was danger lurking behind me. Here he comes. As soon as I get on the ground, everyone comes to visit. So, gotta love them. They're the best rescue dogs. This is an elevated banded bridge. So my feet are on a 16-inch platform here. I've got a 90-degree angle in the legs. I'm gonna push down through the heels of my feet into that platform and work on extending the hips up as high as I can. We're gonna push the knees out just slightly here, keeping the toes to the sky a bit. This is a banded bicycle crunch. This is a bit more advanced. I would recommend using a light band here, elbow to opposite knee. Make sure your low back stays nice and flat to the ground. Thank you so much for joining me in this banded exercise adventure. This is Leslie with Bulletproof Your Body, signing out. Have a great day.